We have breaking news. According to Jake Fisher of Yahoo Sports, they are stating that potentially Mitchell Robinson could be traded by the Knicks. Before I break down what this means for New York and give you my legit first and honest reaction to it, let's break down the following reports. Shout out to Jake Fisher of Yahoo Sports for giving us the following information. According to him, he states the Knicks have contacted opposing teams about trading Mitchell Robinson. That's again per Jake Fisher of Yahoo Sports. Here's the exact quote. Hartenstein at this moment is now generally expected to return to New York as the Knicks have contacted opposing teams about moving Mitchell Robinson. There appears to be a wide range of starting caliber big men available for trade. So again, that's coming from Jake Fisher. Bombshell. Breaking news here, folks. We're talking about a potential trade where the Knicks send off Mitchell Robinson. But I know the question you're going to ask, because as soon as I read this report, it's in my head too. Where is he going? Where are we going to trade him to? Where, oh, where should Mitchell Robinson head to? Well, thankfully, Ian Begley, you know our guy, our SNY NBA insider, he went on this immediately. He jumped on the topic and he gave us the following information. Shout out to Begley for giving us the following. According to him, the Lakers, Grizzlies, and Pelicans are among the teams closely monitoring the center position this offseason. Yahoo Sports earlier reported that the Knicks were gauging the market for Robinson. Begley continues here by stating, if the Knicks re-sign Hartenstein and keep Robinson, they will have roughly $30 million committed to the center position. Let me give that to you again one more time, in case we didn't hear it around the world. If they sign both, they have both Robinson and Hartenstein, they will be committing $30 million to the center position. I understand how important that position is for the Knicks. Don't get me wrong, but $30 million for two guys to play center? No. That is not the way to go about it. I said it in my last video I did about Hartenstein. Hartenstein, if you give him the money, if you sign him, which it looks like the Knicks are going to do, 4 years, $72.5 million. What is the use for a center that used to be your starting center that has a history of injuries? What is the purpose of having him on your team? He's going to be your backup? You're going to have an injury-prone player being your backup? Of course not. That's why the Knicks are exploring trade situations. They need to do that because as of right now, that's the main goal, to make the Knicks better. And you could say, if Robinson is healthy, sure, he's a game changer for the Knicks on defense. Offense, he's limited. We have to be honest with that. When it comes to other things besides his offense, the defense is there when healthy, folks. But when he's not healthy, what is he giving you? What is he doing for you? That's what we have to talk about. Let's continue with the Begley report here. He continues by stating, if the Knicks re-sign Hartenstein and keep Robinson again, they will roughly have $30 million committed to that center position. That may seem like a questionable use of resources, but it is important to note that center depth has been one of the Knicks' strengths. Head coach Tom Thibodeau often referenced the play of both Hartenstein and Robinson as the key to the club's success over the past 2 seasons. Now, listen, I understand that. And here's one thing I really want to note, because Begley also mentioned this, so shout out to him. He also mentions that I don't get the sense that the Knicks are fully committed to moving Robinson at the moment. But his contract, 2 years remaining on a descending 4-year, $60 million, is helpful in salary matching type of situations in terms of trades. And like we said at the top here, Lakers, Grizzlies, and Pelicans. Those are the teams. If you wanted to know who the teams that the Knicks are contacting, who the Knicks are looking to trade Robinson to, it's the teams that likely need a center the most. You might think of the Lakers, AD, all these other players. We already know that AD likes to play power forward. So if he went over there to the Lakers, there's a connection there. Because honestly, if you look around the league and you look around potential matches there, if you guys remember, when Robinson was coming into the league, he was working out with one center. You know who that was? Anthony Davis. So there is a connection there. If he does get traded to the Lakers do have a need. And here's my reaction to this entire thing. Robinson being traded shows you exactly where the Knicks are headed right now. If you didn't think that the Knicks were committed to win now, if you thought that they didn't see the season we just had, Jalen Brunson's emergence to a superstar. When healthy, this Knicks team probably giving Boston a run for its money. That makes you change your approach. It's going to make you change what you thought you were supposed to do. Maybe Robinson and Ihart were supposed to be the duo, the tandem going forward for the next few seasons. But then Robinson went down again with another injury. And then you have Isaiah Hartenstein, who stepped up, showed out, and thrived. You're going to pay that man. You're going to see what he can do. He gives you offense as well, too, inside the paint. Mitchell Robinson, for everything he does well, he doesn't show you enough of it because he's not available. And I'm tired of this. Everybody, you might kill me in the chat, and I'll get to your comments. If you want to kill me, go ahead. But listen, honestly, do you want a backup that has an injury history like Mitchell Robinson? Because if you do, I question your thought and your judgment about making this team better. I thought better meant getting people that you could actually play. How do you know when Robinson's going to get that next injury? And I know some people in the comments have argued to me that if we trade Mitchell Robinson, if we put Mitchell Robinson off the bench, that he'll be actually better because he'll be healthier. He'll play less minutes. What does that mean in terms of health? He could play 10 minutes, injure his ankle, and then he's out for the season. What are we talking about in terms of he'll be healthier because he comes off the bench? That doesn't make sense. Right now is probably the best chance to trade Robinson because what he did last year during the beginning of the season, you can sell that to another team. Well, I know he was injured, but look at what he did when he was healthy. He was leading the league in terms of offensive rebounding. He is a monster on that end. He can block shots. And if you have an offense already set and you just need a defensive juggernaut, Mitch can give you that. That's what Leon Rose, this Knicks front office, that's what they're doing on the phone right now. They're having these exact conversations about Mitchell Robinson to all of these teams, the Grizzlies, the Lakers, all of these clubs, because they know they have a need for them. But also we have to think, if they're talking to the Lakers, if they're talking to the Grizzlies, if they're talking to the Pelicans, who are they targeting? Because I'm trying to think of the players on those teams that the Knicks could potentially get back in a Mitchell Robinson trade. Please, I'm not looking at the comments yet, but please, when I do, please don't say Ingram. Please don't mention Ingram in that chat. Please don't do it because Ingram for me would be a detriment to this team. There is no need for Ingram. I'm not even going to touch that. Maybe we'll get to it when we get to the live question at the end of the show. But for right now, with the Mitchell Robinson situation, let me tell you guys, I called it legitimately since the offseason started for the Knicks after our playoffs were ended. Once we were done against Indiana, I more or less stated, if the Knicks signed Hartenstein, they were going to have to make a decision on Mitchell Robinson. And now we know what that decision is. They're likely going to trade him. But as Ian Bagley stated, they're not looking to trade him just for anything. If they're going to move him, they're going to move him for something significant, something impactful, something that helps us get better. Because we already understand, even though he's limited because of the availability aspect for Mitchell Robinson, we know when he's playing for the Knicks, he has that chemistry already developed, and he is dominant in what he can do for the Knicks. So if we're going to get somebody back, they're going to have to be a better fit and do things better than Mitchell Robinson can. That means they're going to have an offensive game. That's just my opinion on the situation. But my reaction to this about the Knicks looking to trade Robinson, it had to be done. It has to be done. You cannot keep all of this roster together and say you're improving this team moving forward. You can't do it. If you want to improve this team, you have to make sacrifices and you have to re-sign certain players. OG, you re-sign him. If it takes $40 million, it takes $40 million. Ihart, you re-sign him because he got you all the way to that second seed. Then there's certain players you think about. Mitchell Robinson, question mark. Precious Achua, question mark. Alec Burks, question mark. Bogey, question mark. And with those question marks, what do you do with them? You try to figure out which one of them you can trade and what you can trade them for. Draft night is coming up. We are less than a week away, and the Knicks are going to make so many moves. And one of those moves might be moving Mitchell Robinson and a couple of our picks right now in the draft to either move up or get that impactful player. If you enjoyed these clips from the live show, be sure to subscribe to the channel and have notifications turned on so you don't miss any new episodes or when we go live. Thanks for watching, Knicks fans, and until next time, peace.